everyone, and welcome to the final forecast of the week, so the Friday forecast, and let's get right into the market. So here we have EU, and EU has been doing nothing, so it has just been very range bound. As you can see, if you squeeze it in a bit, we can mark out this range, and this is just not showing me anything. So we had the break of the low retrace, then we broke the high retraced, and that sort of price action continued right up until here. So the price was breaking the highs retracing, breaking the lows retracing, broke the high again, retraced, broke the high again, retraced, and then broke the low retraced, and now we are getting some momentum to the downside. But I need to see, in order to look for any trades, I need to see a large push. I need to see a large impulse, and then I would look for a flag. So I want to see an impulse that moves away from this range, because this is just not showing me any conviction. Or maybe we get a large impulse to the upside, and then I would also look for a flag. But because it is Friday, I'm not really expecting some large moves. Maybe we get some on Monday and Tuesday, so maybe the next week. But because it's Friday, as I said, I'm just expecting this to range a bit more and to show us something like this. We also do need to keep in mind the liquidity areas that are right here, below the range and above the range. So we need to see how the price reacts here. Does it just break into it and retrace, or does it break into it and give us some nice conviction? So something like this, as I said, give us that large push. Also, what I'm looking for is if we get a nice clean descending or a nice clean ascending. Let me mark it out so it's easier to see. A clean descending, then a reversal trade, or a clean ascending structure, and then a reversal to downside. So something like that, also searching for that sort of price action. And so now let's move on to the euro and the Japanese yen, because as I said, this is range bound and I'm waiting for clean price action and a large move. This is looking a little bit different, but not good. So there was an opportunity to enter on a trade right here, which would be a reversal setup. So in the prior price action we had this V. So as I talked about yesterday, we had a V, we had a range, and then we continued to the upside. So that is a common pattern where we get V reversal, range, and then we continue in the direction of the second leg. This is what I'm always talking about, but this time we didn't get an opportunity to enter. There was no opportunity to go long for me personally, so there was no entry setup. Then we started to ascend at the top. So right here we started to form an ascending structure and got a reversal candle. So at this point maybe someone was looking for a short trade right here, but for me this did not fit my plan. I wanted to see a larger push. I wanted to see at least a 2 candle push with a clean close that moves far away. So I wanted to see a really large push. This was definitely not even close enough to what I wanted to see. So I stayed out of this trade, and I would get stopped out because I have a 12 pip stop loss. Then price continued down, and then we broke the low retrace, left a huge wick, broke the low retrace, left another huge wick, and then we just continued to range around between the low and the high. What I would forecast for this pair is same as on EU. I would forecast a range, and this price action is not looking good. So this is looking really crappy. We are having this sort of ascending into a descending structure, leaving huge wicks to a downside. So not really showing me some nice price action. What I will be looking for is maybe a clean descending structure, something like this, and then I will search for a reversal and a long trade. Or I would look if we get an ascending structure like this, and then we get a reversal down, and then look for that short trade. Also, what I will be seeing, if we get a large push down, I would look for a short flag, or a large impulse up. I will look for a flag to go long. but it needs to be a large impulse that moves away from this structure so that it shows me some conviction, because this, as I said, is looking like crap. So yeah, that is it for my euro pairs. Now let's take a look at the Aussies. So the Aussie and the US dollar. Right here, what I'm seeing a larger ascending. I'm seeing actually a smaller ascending inside of a larger ascending right here. So this is a high probability setup for a reversal to a downside. We have that small ascending inside of this larger ascending, and this is very high probability to reverse. And we are actually starting to get some signs of a reversal. But for me personally, this just does not fit my plan to look for a trade, because we are getting these huge wicks. So when I see huge wicks, I want to see a nice range. I don't want to see a straight reversal. This would be the entry point, this would be the most recent low. But for me, this just doesn't fit my plan. The prior price action is perfect. For me personally, it looks very good. But this impulse down is looking too bad for me. So it's not looking good. This is what I don't like. I don't like this impulse. Because of the huge wicks, I'm staying out of any trades. Except if we get that larger range, then I would maybe consider searching for a short trade. But as it stands currently, this to me looks like it's going to touch the entry point, so no trade for me here. But I have to say the prior price action does look very nice for a reversal. But if we get that momentum down, I'm 100% searching for a trade, because I'm then expecting a trend to start to a downside. So I would very much like to see an opportunity to go short. Or we can start to descend from here. Then I would look for a reversal to the upside, but it would need to be clean price action. Or we can get a large impulse up, and if it's a really large impulse, I might consider taking a trade, but it really needs to be large. Or we can have more of a ascending structure, so that we continue with this sort of an ascending nature, and then we get a reversal from there. So we get a nice large push here, and then look for a short trade. That is it for the Aussie and the US dollar. As I said, this is looking very nice for a reversal, but this impulse is not giving me enough conviction to go to look for a short trade. And now let's switch to the Aussie and the Japanese yen. So this is the final pair. Let's see what this one tells us. There was an opportunity to enter, I think, oh wait, I forgot about one. So right here, there was an opportunity to enter on the euro and the Japanese yen, right here. So to enter this long, maybe some people were looking at this for a long trade, because they were seeing a large push up, one candle pullback, and then a continuation. For me personally, I stayed out of this one because I wanted to see a larger push. I wanted to see a bigger candle and a clean close. This was a clean close, but the candle was too small for me, especially since before we started to form this weakness. So I was seeing this weakness right here. There was no counter trend move, but it did give us wicks to the upside and two bearish candles. So I wanted to see a larger push here to give me that evidence. So yeah, I just wanted to go over that trade, so I stayed out of this one. And now let's take a look at the Aussie and the Japanese yen. So there was no opportunity to enter for me personally. There was no entry opportunity. What I was seeing, so I was seeing that we were starting to get a nice impulse to the upside. So there was actually an opportunity to enter right here. Yep, right here at this point. I forgot about that one also. What I was seeing here, I was seeing that the price was just not giving me enough conviction. So here we broke the low, this low retrace, broke the low retrace, broke the low retrace, broke the high, retraced, broke the high, got a clean close and a nice candle. But what I wanted to see one more candle to go up. This was not enough because of the prior price action. The prior price action was actually signaling to me a range, and I was not happy to place a long order after we got just a one candle break. So I wanted to see at least one more candle push to the upside, and then this would actually stop me out. So it was good that I followed my plan on this one. Then we continued to the upside, got a Nice impulse, but then it started to get weaker at the top, and then we actually had a counter trend move, so we formed an ascending structure right here. Important to note these things, because when we get an ascending, we usually get a reversal as we are getting here. We then broke the low, got some really nice momentum. The second candle left a huge wick. So yeah, so here we broke the low with some momentum, but then we left a huge wick, broke the low again, left a huge wick, broke the high, left a huge wick. This is currently signaling to me a range. Why? Well, because we are breaking the lows retracing, breaking the highs retracing, and we left a huge wick to the downside, and we left a huge wick to the upside. So for me personally, I am expecting a larger range. On this pair, this is what I can forecast. What I will be searching for is a descending structure. If a nice clean descending starts to form, I will look for a reversal to the upside. Or if a nice ascending structure starts to form, something like this, then I will search for a reversal to the downside. But it really needs to be clean, because the prior price action also looks like crap. So I need to see some nice clean price action. Or I'm looking for a large push up and then a flag, or a really large push down and then also a flag. So out of all the four pairs, the Aussie and US dollar looks the best. It is a very high probability to get a reversal. So let's see what will happen. The other pairs are stalling a bit, and I don't think we will get some nice opportunities, especially since it is the end of the week. So that's it for the forecast, and I will see you guys on the next Monday. So next week, let's see if we get some nice moves.